welcome to Tea Transitions, the podcast for women building a life abroad. I'm Rose Davenport.
Hi, I'm Farah Baker. We're here for the unfiltered truth, the victories, the setbacks, and the joys of your journey.
Tea Transitions is a podcast that shares the emotional, cultural, and personal journeys of women navigating major life changes from relocation and identity shifts to career pivots and more. Inspired by my own personal move from Singapore to the US 25 years ago, I created Tea Transitions as a space to amplify the resilience and untold stories of women worldwide.
So, whether you're starting afresh or finding your way, you're in the right place. So, without further ado, we would like to introduce our guest for today, Julieyana. Hi, Julieyana.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Hi.
you?
Good. Thank you very much.
Great.
Just a short intro. Julieyana is originally from Singapore. She's based in upstate New York. She came here to further her education and take it from there, Julieyana. Your story.
Yes. Yeah, I came here in 2002 as an international student at that time doing my bachelor's. And then I went back to Singapore and I came back here again and now basically like getting married. And since then, I did not look back.
So you are a mother of two, and
Yes.
what do you do for work, if I may ask?
So I work with people with disability, but with the self-direction department. It is
Mhm.
a new initiative. I don't really say it's a huge new initiative in a way, but it gives a little bit more empowerment and flexibility to the people, and their families in while living in while living basically like with at home. So they tend to actually like be more flexible. The program tends to be more flexible than the traditional programs with people with disabilities.
Okay,
So
Rose.
when you moved here,
Mm-hmm.
did you actually plan yourself that this is exactly what I want to do, or did it just come by a sudden as you transition yourself, right? Looking
Yes.
for careers, settle down. How did it work? I mean, how did it start? Sorry.
I have no idea how it started. I just follow the flow.
I like the go
Uh,
with the flow. Yeah.
there's no choice. Life has to go with the flow, whether
There
the
you
ups
go.
and downs, you just go with it.
There you go.
But I mean, of course, we have our own vision. We have our values and what we want in life. But
Yeah.
I think the destination or how the process you go along with it.
Right.
I didn't expect that I will be away from home
Mm,
for so long,
mm.
away from my parents, away from friends. But here I am, surviving and coping.
Yeah. What was, if you can share, this is a personal thing, what was the one or two things that you left behind back home that you wish that you have here?
Uh, I think uh, I wish the distance would be a little bit
Closer.
shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the distance. I think
Yeah.
being away from family, being away from friends, I think it's inevitable because you have to live your own life.
Yeah.
But I wish that it's a little bit closer home.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
the 24 hours journey, it's not only difficult for myself, but I think it's also as our friends or family members who wants to come and visit. That's the most challenging part
That's
about
true.
Mhm.
That's true.
being home, being away from home this
Yeah.
far.
Now you gave birth to your children. They were born in the US.
Yes, they're both born in the US, yes.
So what kind
Mhm.
of support did you have at that point in time?
So I don't really have anyone here at all in the US, except basically my in-laws at that time. But my mom and dad flew over
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
for my first and second. So my mother came about 3 days before I give birth to my eldest one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, when they arrived the next day, we had a huge snowstorm. That was a that was an eye opener.
Mhm.
After I gave birth, she stayed about a month to assist me.
Mhm.
Uh, and then for my second one, she decided to come out a little bit early. So my mother was a little bit late. But
Ah.
uh, but she stayed about 2 months. So I wanted them to actually like stay, have the time. At that time,
Mhm.
my eldest daughter also goes to daycare. So
Mhm.
instead of 5 days daycare, I pull her out 2 days so she can spend time with my parents.
Mm.
Yeah. So
Would,
it's tough, but it's
oh,
a
I
good,
can
it's
imagine.
Mhm.
I can
yes, it is.
imagine. It is. It's a struggle. You're juggling, right? And you're trying
Yes,
to
yes.
accommodate too, especially if you have guests. I can only imagine. You want to make sure this is just our culture and tradition too. You want to make sure that your guests feel at home because it's also a shocking for them. Were there any moment that you really felt out of place because the support system is so different where you are currently living, right? In New York, how do you then outreach to the community to make yourself feel belong?
Uh, to tell you the truth, it's all I mean we're true friends. I
Mm,
have a couple of friends, and a lot of my friends actually do travel a lot. So with friends, with friends, with friends, with friends, we all meet basically eventually as a community.
Mm.
But right now. I stay in upstate New York in a town called Saratoga Springs. So and they don't have a lot of um, Asians.
mhm,
Majority of them is actually the white population.
mhm,
Mhm.
So I don't really have that kind of support too as well.
Mm.
Being a Muslim too as well. Uh, Even though it's such the Muslim faith and the population is so vast, but there is actually limited, people here. So the kind of support that I have here, it's not my preference, but the
mm,
pref the reason to why I'm staying here is because of the good education system, as well as, it's a good place where my children can maximize their potential
Mhm.
with the given resources that we have. Mhm.
Mm.
automatically, the first word that came to my head was sacrifice. We
Me too.
women,
That was what I
right?
saw. Mhm.
Automatically, we sacrifice because once you have children, it's not about you anymore. It's
Yep,
about them.
exactly. Yeah.
And
Mhm.
thank you for doing that for your girls. I bet, when they grow older, they will appreciate this. During that process too, have you ever experienced some of the moments where it surprises your emotions? Like you lost your footing, right? You talk about there's no support system, but what do you then do? Like, do you have a magic wand to make yourself feel comfortable? Do you actually just grow your skin this thick and just say, I'm just gonna do it and apply this job and talk to these people and just pretend as if I'm in Singapore? What that whole scenario look like?
So I do think that Singapore has helped to give me a platform, give me a
Mhm,
platform where they raise us to see that we are all equal in the eyes of
mhm,
everyone. Okay. And because we are educated both bilingual,
mhm,
so and then we have and we travel a lot too as well. So to a huge extent, I felt that it has given me a platform to just feel comfortable with everybody, regardless of basically
yep.
that I am a minority.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Uh, so so that's on the surface level, but
Yeah.
on the inside, uh,
Emotionally, yeah.
yes, emotionally it can be a challenge. Uh, but you just have to keep telling yourself that you are equal to
Mm,
everybody. And if
Mm.
you have a lot of setbacks, you have to reflect and ask yourself, okay, so if this is not the preference, so how do you think you can balance it, with what they want or what is needed and your own values? So it's a
Mm,
lot of juggling and balancing act,
mhm,
you know, and I don't think it's just here, but I think in anywhere we go,
Everywhere.
mhm.
it's the
It's all up to
adaptable.
you. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do
It's
you?
basically adapting. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Correct.
The juggling and the shuffling that you do because you want to be able to assimilate to a degree without losing a huge part of yourself.
Identity. Mm-hmm.
Now, I know personally you've gone through some tough times.
Mm-hmm.
How do you find support for that? What was your support like for that?
Uh, I do think that my first ultimate support was God, was faith.
Mm,
Mm,
I think, I asked that my journey towards that difficult period of time, smoother. If there's obstacle, make it a little bit easier for me to move forward.
mm,
That's my first one. My second one is my children. So to see them smile, to see them
mm.
run around and be happy and be more stabilized, I think that was my driving factor.
Were you
mm.
Uh,
surprised? Were you
mhm.
surprised today to know that you have those qualities to drive this bus with your kids around? Were you surprised you have those qualities?
I didn't realize basically
Mm,
uh, how strong a mother can be for the
mhm,
children.
Mm,
How
mhm.
we keep pushing on. I mean, it's tough, but I don't know how mothers actually can, lift us up regardless of whatever obstacle, you know, uh,
mm,
they go through. And
That's
that's
that's your
actually,
personal
let's
growth
not,
right there. That's your
yes.
personal growth, and that's also your personal
Mm-hmm,
transitions being a mom. We only thought transition means living abroad or career pivot,
mm-hmm,
right? But this is also one of a very good prime example as a woman, how we then face these hurdles and what we do
mm-hmm,
with it, how we navigate. We through all of those obstacles. We never realized this and tell ourselves, oh, I gained this
mm-hmm.
quality or this confidence because somebody gave it to me. No, we worked for it. We just charged forward.
Yes, and I do believe that too as well. And I think the prayers and thoughts
Mm,
of your friends abroad, your family home, I
mm.
think that actually helps us because using technology right now, it's wonderful. We can just give them a
yes.
call. We can just actually like use, WhatsApp to video call, just to get the support.
Mm,
It's amazing. Last time we had to write letters
yeah.
to actually get the support. Now it's like just a text and that's it.
We are very lucky indeed, to
Mm.
be on this journey at this stage in time, or just a
Hmm.
few years on, because yeah, back then it was so much more difficult.
Yeah.
So it sounds like your main support is still back home in that sense. Now, when we say back home, we always use this term back home as migrants or people who relocate, because
Mhm.
that's the country where you were born in. Where is home for you now?
So home is always home, Singapore. Home is
Mm.
always Singapore. But I also believe that home is you
Where you are with
where
your
you're
family.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, where you're comfortable, where your loved ones are. Like my
Mm.
children too, they feel that home is not just here, but actually Singapore because of the love and
Mm.
support that they have felt when they went over. So they don't really that the first time they went back to Singapore, and that's the only time, but they felt the love and care with
Mm.
and they felt that that's home, that's another home for them. So
Have
if
they
Mm.
anything
voiced to
happens,
you,
they go over.
have they voiced to you their interest to move to Singapore for good when they grow older?
The younger one would like to go
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
Yeah.
now. Chop
Really?
chop.
The
Wow.
younger
I want to
one,
go
but
now.
the but I think she's only 9, so
Yeah,
to a huge extent, she hasn't
it will
really developed
change.
that kind of friendship, that kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sense of identity yet.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
My elder one would love to visit again,
Mm-hmm.
but to really stay there, I think it's a little bit more difficult because she has already developed that relationship. So
Yes.
um, stuck there.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
like for you to share with us what it's like for you to start working here in America. And the reason why I'm asking this question is the synergy back at home. Team building is number one, right? Loyalty to employer because we also when we work, we also get recognition. We then get the 13-month bonus. The 12 months you work, you have your year-end bonus or salary increment after annual review, and you have that 13 months if the company does well or your whole team. But can you share with us, and this will be good for our listeners too, just to have a better understanding how you then change your perception when you start working in the US because it's different. What's your
Yes, I
experience
think
like?
so. I think it was a culture shock for me.
Mm.
And it's still basically a culture shock for me, which I cannot understand. But uh,
What do you mean by that? I want to hear this. This must be good.
uh, I still don't understand. I mean, like, there's so much potential here that they can
Yeah.
actually like maximize, but some in one way and another, it's just it doesn't progress as much that as you hope to. I mean,
Mm.
in Singapore, we have, I think it's also because of in terms of demographic, Singapore is so small. Here in the
Mm-hmm.
US, it's so big, and the kind of values they have versus us is very, very different. So,
Mm-hmm.
in Singapore, we are groomed and nurtured to be not only a team, but also have your individual, as
Mm.
well as, we work together hand in hand to achieve a common goal. That's the
Hmm.
collective way of looking at things. Here, it's a
Right.
very individual way of looking at things. And having said that, the way of how I do things and the way how my colleagues does is very different.
Different. Yeah.
Uh, the way how our motivations are also very different, even though we work for to survive for our family, but
Yeah.
how we do things differs.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no KPIs. So how do you keep your KPIs? You have to do it internally.
Mm.
You really have to ask yourself, do you want to actually like lose that drive, that
Mm.
motivation, or do you want to keep it? So for me, I have a certain set of expectations. I do have to say, I try to follow the standards of how Singapore used, like when I was working in Singapore to where I
Mm-hmm.
am. But I cannot expect that
Hmm.
kind of compensation in here. So I have to, so in a way, I have to say that my base is always my salary base.
Mm.
Whatever extra is whatever it is that it comes by
Icing
to
on the cake.
me.
Yeah. No, but this is again another adjustment and adaptation that we have to do, and this is
Yeah.
not
Correct.
just in the regular culture, day-to-day
Hmm.
living, it's also the work culture. It is very,
Correct.
very different. I agree with you. And it also differs when it's between the private sector and the public sector as well, the government sector
Mhm.
rather, in that sense. Now, your children have grown up mainly in that area in upstate New York. Is that where you think you will be for the long term?
I don't know.
No, she just said
Uh,
to me she wants to move to Virginia. I'm just kidding.
I would love to do that because that's basically where, my
Crazy
friends
ladies,
are.
huh?
We need to be a little bit crazy at times, right?
Yeah.
But the world is an oyster. You can go
Mm-hmm.
anywhere,
Mm,
everywhere.
I like
So
that.
it's not just here. So I
That's
don't
true.
know what brings what will what brings me here, and it like I know what it brings me here, but what brings later in the future. And
Mm,
Yeah.
that's also the same thing that I told my children. I say you
Mm.
prepare yourself for the workforce, and it's not just for here, it's anywhere you go because opportunity is anywhere in the world, whether it's
Mm.
actually in Australia, in China, in Netherlands, in
Mm.
Brazil, or anywhere else. It's still
Mm.
you just have to learn how to adapt, and I think that's the most difficult part of the most difficult and the most challenging is the adaptability.
Mm,
It's not it's something in which you cannot just learn once, but it's a nurturing process from
mhm,
young all the way up to adulthood. Hmm.
mm. Would you then say you would prefer if your children were citizens of the world so they can
I
navigate their lives easier anywhere in the world?
uh, uh, I don't know whether it's citizen of the world, but I think it's citizen of I don't know whether it's which citizen, but I still would like. I don't know, seriously. They are American, but I wish
Mm,
they hold the passport of Singapore because
Mm.
we, we don't have that that's much of a challenge when we travel.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, but
Is
yeah, it is.
there, speaking of speaking of that, it sounded like you and your girls are very close, very tight, right? And I've seen you guys hang out and I've seen the way how you guys interact. Beautiful, by the way. You as a mom, have you kind of create a tradition yourself or like a ritual that keeps you grounded, bringing the what you learn upbringing in Singapore into America today? What is your practice like?
So we are Muslim by faith, so
Mm-hmm.
we do basically what we can do the best here.
Mm-hmm.
I do have to share that's one of the challenge that I think that I'm facing and I will be facing the next couple of years because
Mm-hmm.
that's the teenage years. Um, I do believe that um, the children needs to learn the skills of adapting but also has their own self identity.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, and that's one of the main reasons to why also I'm staying upstate New York in a majority white environment because it allows them to practice that. It allows them to practice basically the norms, but also basically when you come home, it's you are an Asian, you are a Haitian, and you have certain values that you keep, like, and that when you are out there, you learn how to balance basically your self identity and adapt into to the community itself without eroding that. You are actually, in a way, you are also educating not only yourself, but also educating and sharing the information, the values to other people. You impart that because I have to say that, there's a lot of stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, you will face a lot of challenges. You will face a lot of racism. You'll face a lot, that's not just basically your skin color, economy itself,
Mm-hmm.
socialization, you will face all of that. But
Mhm.
you really have to know who you are
Mm-hmm.
so that when you are out there, you are able to represent who you are. And people will respect
Yeah.
your values, your way of life. They will and the way of how they approach you is not aggressive. They will learn that you are the same yet different, and but yet you have that respect from them.
Mm.
And I see that very apparent because I hear a lot of a lot of my parents when I'm not very involved in school too much. I let the teachers do their own stuff. But when I go over there, a lot of the parents who are very involved do actually
Mm-hmm.
praise my children that they
Mm,
are very respectful. They are actually like very flexible. And during the fasting month, teachers have actually shared with me that they are very, very uh, amazed at how my children can perform fasting for the whole entire month.
That's
How
amazing.
disciplined they are, that how
mm,
resilient they are, and I start basically my children fasting. Um, like what, or when they are actually like preschool. So I
Mm,
started, and then slowly I build it up. So by the age of second grade, they would be able to fast the whole entire day.
mm,
So and and I will inform basically I will write an email to the teacher, to the nurse, the school nurse, to say this is what's happening, and if there's any emergency, please do not hesitate to
yeah.
provide the necessary services, whether it's health, whatever it is. I have no problem with that. But they always come back to me and say how amazed they are in regards to the children's resilience.
Well,
Mm.
Mama, whatever you're doing great. Keep on doing
Yeah,
whatever you're
it's
doing.
working. But
Congratulations.
I think to summarize, you basically giving
In
them the tools to build their self identity, as you say, as a Singaporean and Haitian, um, you know, person of color in a white community, so that they can seamlessly, go from one to the other without losing themselves, and yet be very adaptable at the same time. Kudos to you. Congratulations.
We
at this
try
young
whether
age.
they
Mm.
whether they actually like whether they will keep up to that that one I cannot say,
Oh,
but
that's
I hope
another
basically.
episode, girl.
Yeah,
But
and
at
that's definitely
least you
true, you
have
know.
built that platform, not
Yes.
platform, the foundation for your girls
Mm.
to
Yep.
face the difference right now. Self-integrity is the key today, which
Mm.
many, unfortunately, a lot of adults don't have it. They lose it,
Mm.
right? But to your point, it's important to start young, and whatever you're preaching, you need to practice because just like anything else, it starts from home.
Yep.
And
Yes,
what your
yes,
girls have done is proven that your discipline have worked very well and never let it go.
Mm-hmm.
I try, I try, and it's like you say, it keeps you thinking, as well as it gives you the drive. Like I
Hmm.
during the fasting month, I don't really like to get up too early in the morning. Guess what? My children is fasting. I have to get up no matter what happens. So,
Yeah.
Hmm.
so you have to also have a mindset change. You
Yeah.
really have to be open enough to ask yourself, is this what you want? If this is what you want, then you have to start from yourself.
Yes,
So, like you
exactly.
say, it's the self integrity, it's the self insight first, and then you
Mm.
project to other
My
people. Mhm.
takeaway on this conversation is number one, y you are hardcore mom to begin with, right? You face your challenges and consistently tell yourself, I got to do this for the sake of my girls. I got to do this for the sake of our future together.
Mhm.
It takes a lot because when you have that skills and that tools already inside you, that's when you are able to take that three steps ahead.
Mm.
And now your girls are growing up, they see what's really out there, and you slowly showed and shared with them what the reality is. And they're not shy to even voice their opinion with you, what they see. But what they learned is something to adapt because it's difficult as it is to raise kids here in the US versus somewhere else. I mean, for me, I grew up in Singapore. It's so different. The school system is different. Peer pressure is
Mhm.
different.
Right.
So my hope and I pray that you and your girls will continue this journey beautifully, strong as you are, and enjoy the ride. Um,
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
appreciate you sharing with us this untold story because it's very private.
Mhm.
Some of the stuff I haven't heard from you, when we meet. So I'm glad you shared. So it's something, for me to take and learn too and tweak myself. I
We're
appreciate it.
all
Thank you.
learning. We are all learning. Like there
Absolutely.
is nobody is perfect in this world. We
Hmm.
always, we always make mistakes. There's always strengths. There's always
Hmm.
weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
When we see basically something which is different and it's positive, we have to be brave enough to embrace it. And then
Mm-hmm.
we also need to be brave enough to tell us, okay, when to stop and reflect and ask yourself, do we want to continue something which is or can we make things better? you
Yeah.
know,
Mhm.
and I think that's the part that that's the adaptability comes in. The
Correct.
Yep.
ability for you to adapt will depend on how how much you want it. So,
Yes.
Exactly.
you know, so I do think that a lot of us, I learned from you guys too as well. I learned basically from friends. And to tell you the truth, what really has helped me strengthen that skills is when I was in Singapore, I was doing counseling, I was doing career counseling, and every individual that comes into my office for that time, they always have their issues. And I learned from there. I
Mm.
learned from the people whom I don't know. So and because of that, I realized that you learn from all of this experience and then you adapt it to yourself
To make it
and
yours.
live it.
Yes.
Yep.
As they say, you don't have to go through a particular experience to learn from it. You can learn
Mhm.
from other people's experiences.
Correct.
Yep.
That's the
Mhm,
lesson.
mhm.
So when you see it coming, you recognize it, whatever the issue may be.
This is
Yeah,
great
and
conversation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed this a lot
thank
to
you very
absorb, a
much too
lot
as
to
well.
learn. Thank you.
Thank you very much for actually having me and really
Of course.
appreciate it. So, yep. So it's Friday. It's an off day.
Yes, yes. It is definitely my weekend for sure. I'm
Oh.
off.
No, my day is not done yet.
Yeah.
Oh
Anyways,
my.
Yeah.
Farah, we are coming close to our closing. Would you
Yeah.
like to do
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
your last words or words of advice? Go ahead.
No particular words of advice, but if today's episode resonated with you, please hit subscribe, leave a quick comment below, and share it with a friend. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you would like to be a guest, DM or email us at hello@ttransitions.com. Every story matters to us. We are glad that you are a part of this space. And if you can come and join us, it'll be even better. Take care, be kind, and keep showing up as you. Till our next conversation, see ya.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody. See you on the next episode. Thank you.